Welcome to the Line Life podcast. I'm Jeff Postlethwaite of T&D World, and today we're bringing you more stories of the grit, courage, and inspirational teamwork that it takes to be a line worker.
Thank you for tuning in to the T&D World Line Life podcast, produced by Endeavor Business Media, a division of Endeavor B2B. My name is Amy Fischbach, and I'm the field editor for T&D World and also the host of the Line Life podcast. Before I dive into today's episode, I invite you to become part of our Line Life podcast community by searching for the Line Life podcast in your favorite podcasting app or going to linelife.podbean.com and clicking follow in the top right. We air interview-style episodes on the first and third Fridays of each month, and also audio stories in our In Case You Missed It series featuring articles that appeared in our print magazine on the second and fourth Fridays of each month. If you have a comment on this episode or a suggestion for a future guest, please reach out to me. You can email me at amyfischbach@gmail.com or reach out to me on LinkedIn or on Instagram at Lyman World. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's move on to today's episode. We recently wrapped up one of the largest international linemen's rodeos to date, with more than 5,000 people in attendance in my hometown of Kansas City. The 2025 International Linemen's Rodeo Week included a 1.5-day safety and training conference, a Linemen's Expo, barbecue, annual trade night, and then the competition. In future episodes, we'll highlight the winners of the 2025 International Linemen's Rodeo, and I'll give highlights of the International Linemen's Rodeo Week. But for this episode in our In Case You Missed It series, I'm featuring an article from our September 2025 Lineworker supplement, which was distributed in our T&D World booth at the Linemen's Expo. For this audio story in our In Case You Missed It series, I'm narrating the first part of the first article that appeared in the supplement, titled Fast Forward to the Future of the Line Trade. For the second part of this audio story, you'll be able to hear more about the pre-apprentices who I featured in this article. Before I dive into this audio story, I wanted to give a shout out to all the line workers who stopped by the T&D World booth and all of those who walked across the stage. It made me so proud to see a lot of the line workers that I have profiled over the years walk across the stage during the awards night and also compete at the International Linemen's Rodeo. Make sure you stay tuned to tdworld.com/electric-utility-operations to see photo galleries, videos, and more for our rodeo coverage. Also, make sure you keep listening to the Line Life podcast as I interviewed lots of wonderful guests at this year's Linemen's Expo. Now here's my story, fast forward to the future of the line trade. These pre-apprentices are training to embrace the opportunities in the utility industry. This article was written and is narrated by me, Amy Fischbach. For years, electric utilities managed large workforces, but as experienced line workers began to retire, a growing concern emerged about how to replace their invaluable hard-won knowledge. Utilities established internal training programs and hired new individuals, but due to the unique challenges of line work, combining fears of heights and electricity, not all candidates succeeded. As the older generation continues to retire, the demand for new line workers remains high, said John Matthew Horan, an instructor at the Lineman Institute of the Northeast, or LINE, a 15-week pre-apprentice electrical lineman trade school in Kingston, New York. After working as a journeyman line worker, Horan is helping aspiring line workers to hit the ground running when they enter apprenticeship programs. Mentoring students and witnessing them overcome mental and physical obstacles has been the most rewarding aspect of my career in the line trade, Horan said. I am incredibly proud to be shaping the next generation of line workers. Exploring opportunities for pre-apprentices in the trade. John Backman, a 25-year journeyman line worker and electric response troubleman, said currently the opportunity to work in the trades is wide open. The electrical industry has been a wonderful provider for myself, my family, and countless others. and demand is high for well-trained, safe, and effective workers, he said. I would encourage any young person who wants to contribute to their community in a rewarding and meaningful way to consider the electrical trades. Due to the continued investment of grid modernization and the retirement of a large portion of the utility workforce in the near future, opportunities in the line trade are strong and growing, especially for well-trained line workers, said Don Finn, an instructor in electric utility technology power line at Des Moines Area Community College, or DMAC, in Ankeny, Iowa. Students entering the field today have access to competitive wages, excellent benefits, opportunities to travel or stay local, and clear pathways for advancement into leadership, troubleshooting, or system operation roles, Finn said. To continue to build their field workforce, utilities and contractors are actively recruiting from training programs and are offering internships, ride-alongs, and early hiring options. For example, at DMAC, students can get a head start and gain foundational skills in safety, climbing, rigging, pull-top rescue, and electrical theory, all of which are essential for success in an apprenticeship, Finn said. Students graduate with certifications, hands-on experience, and a clear understanding of the trade's demands, making them more competitive for openings, Finn said. Utilities and co-ops often view program graduates as apprenticeship ready, which can shorten the time it takes to get hired and succeed in the field. Training today blends traditional hands-on learning with new technologies like augmented reality, 3D models, and digital simulations to help students visualize equipment and practice procedures safely. Programs now emphasize troubleshooting, communications, teamwork, and resilience, all critical in today's complex and interconnected utility grid, Finn said. The overall approach is more multimodal, inclusive, and aligned with the needs of modern utilities. Learning in the classroom and the field. To break into the trade, some up-and-coming line workers are enrolling in pre-apprenticeship programs and vocational and technical programs nationwide. From coast to coast, students can learn the fundamentals of the line trade before they even step foot into a utilities apprenticeship program. These programs give future line workers a glimpse into the line trade and empower students to determine whether a career on the line is a good fit before they are hired on as an apprentice and set out on the path to become a full-fledged journeyman line worker. For example, at UtiliTrain, a 15-week electrical lineman program, students learn about basic electricity, electrical systems, rigging, personal protective grounding, transformer theory, and career planning and strategies. In addition, they engage in simulator training to learn how to safely operate digger derricks and excavators. We believe that every lineman should learn and understand basic electricity to fully comprehend the nature of the business before entering the serious business of line work, said Randy Becks, a lead trainer. After graduation, students will know how the electrical distribution system works and be familiar with electric company equipment, trucks, and specialized tooling to be fully ready for their first day on the job. Case in point, Ethan Goss, a recent UtiliTrain graduate from Charlestown, Maryland, started his new job the day after graduation, and he encouraged others to consider the training program. They have a good group of trainers who know what they are doing, Goss said. It was a fun and very educational experience. To continue their education following graduation, young line workers can enlist in apprenticeship programs or different types of transmission and distribution programs. This will help to further them along in their careers and increase their knowledge along with their pay, Beck said. Specialized programs and high-voltage transmission barehand and hot sticking programs are available to those who want to keep climbing the ladder of success. While each pre-apprenticeship and vocational program is structured differently, the line program gives students a strong grasp on climbing, power line construction, electrical theory, and equipment operation. In addition, they can earn their commercial driver's license and become trained in both CPR and first aid, equipping them for future careers in the line trade. Horan said some students must overcome their fear and uncertainty of climbing wood poles and working at heights, But that is where the instructors come in. They train and push the students beyond their comfort zones, he said. After mastering basic climbing skills, students advance to building our own distribution system in our training yard. Horan said utilities, unions, and contractors are seeking individuals committed to a long-term career in line work, and the line program provides that solid foundation. We are confident that our pre-apprentices enter the workforce with a comprehensive understanding of the daily operations and expectations of a working line crew, Horan said. Taking a different approach. The American Lineman College, a specialized training program in Southern California, is also preparing pre-apprentices for careers in the line trade. Unlike other 15-week programs, which may include 4.5 hours of classroom instruction and 2 to 3 hours of hands-on skill training per day, American Lineman College students complete their coursework online, giving them more time in the field where they are immersed in a simulated work environment. We've disrupted how the pre-apprentice line school model is delivered to students, said Joe Wiley, Chief Learning Officer for American Lineman College. Our class sizes are small, with a very targeted learning approach for adult learners. Cultivating a diverse and skilled workforce, American Lineman College actively recruits and trains individuals from underrepresented communities, preparing them for essential roles that power our nation. The high cost of traditional vocational schools, along with the need to move away from home for extended periods, were two significant barriers to entry into the power delivery industry for most people, Wiley continued. We've been able to shatter those barriers and make line school achievable, Wiley said. Our students are finding employment in this highly competitive field and achieving success. It's a beautiful thing to be a part of. For part 2 of this article, I'm going to shine the spotlight on 7 recent and current students in pre-apprenticeship and line worker training programs. Here are the 7 that I profiled in the 2025 Line Workers Supplement. Bree Marriott, Matthew Miller, Clarence Pilkington, Wyatt McCauley, Weston Fabian, AJ Bruns, and Justin Gonzalez. To learn about their stories, make sure you tune in to the next Line Life podcast episode in our In Case You Missed It series. And also, congratulations to all the winners and competitors of the International Lineman's Rodeo. To see a slideshow of future guests and a lot more rodeo coverage, including photo galleries and videos, stay tuned to T&D World's website at tdworld.com/electric-utility-operations. You can also check out our social channels as well for more rodeo coverage. Thank you so much for a wonderful 2025 Lineman's Rodeo Week, and I look forward to seeing all of you in 2026. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Line Life Podcast, produced by Endeavor Business Media, a division of Endeavor B2B. Be sure to subscribe or follow the Line Life Podcast in your favorite podcasting app so new episodes will be delivered straight to you. For more insights, you can visit our website at tdworld.com/podcasts or linelife.podbean.com. You can also connect with us by following us on Instagram at Lineman World or on Facebook, LinkedIn, or X. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Line Life Podcast.